I realized that there was a really big thing that I had noticed that I do that I wasn't realizing was a huge strength of mine. And it wasn't until I went to America this had landed for me. From my very start of an entrepreneur journey as an actor dancer, I had strengths of speaking on stage. I memorized acting monologues when I was a little girl. I learned how to read and write because of being on stage and being brought to an acting school. And so over the years when I veered into dancing and acting, that was my dream and passion for a really long time. And once I then went through a panic attack at an audition, I then veered into the fitness space based on a decision I had made looking at one of my friends who are influencers. And it's only been recently that I've started to see that my strengths as a coach, as a speaker, little girl inside who knows how to speak on stage, who knows how to get the attention from a room, who knows how to do pauses when speaking, this has only just started to come back again. And this is why my business has really expanded and grown, because I've been so in my authentic self and I've been living in my strengths more and more and more. I didn't realize this, but not many people know how to speak on stage. Not many coaches know how to present, how to do podcasts, how to network. And that was another big golden nugget for me when I went to America. When I was actually speaking to Dr. Bruce, and he said something really beautiful. He was like, your energy is incredible. Your energy is not erratic. You are making yourself feel like that so you can come down to people's levels. And that really hit me. Welcome to the Queendom. Welcome back to Keys to the Queendom. I am your host, Tamara Meyer, and I'm excited to bring in a really authentic, vulnerable, transparent, big realization of a solo episode for you guys, because I know a lot of you guys being entrepreneurs, coaches, CEOs, boss men, boss women, kings and queens, all are aspiring to build their empire, all have their empire, and they're really focusing on amplifying, extending it, expanding it. And I realized that there was a really big thing that I had noticed that I do that I wasn't realizing was a huge strength of mine. And it wasn't until I went to America this had landed for me. Now, before I go into what I had really learned about myself, and more importantly, the direction I'm going in and why this has become so authentic and so true, is because I really am focusing on the strengths that I have as a coach. And I'm going to repeat that again. I am focusing on the strengths that I have within myself as a coach. Now, on my fitness side journey for a really long time, it was cool to be a coach. It was cool to say I was an online coach, doing a bodybuilding show that I was training glutes and I was a WBFF pro. And I was reflecting on how it all came about. And obviously one of my best friends, Ash Freeman, who you may know, she's married to Xavier Rudd. She and I were both in the dance world for a really long time. And when she started training and doing the bodybuilding scene for herself, I was like, oh, that looks really cool. I want to do that. And that mentality for a really long time has been where I have sort of dictated the decisions I've made based on what I thought looked really cool, with the friends that I was surrounding myself with, the inspiration of my friends, my circle as well. And I realized I had been doing this for such a long time. Now, I bring this forward because along the way of veering into fitness and then obviously where I am now, I think I really lost my talents. And I focused so much on what I thought was going to be really good for me based on what my friends were doing and what I thought was what I wanted to do. From very early on, from my very start of an entrepreneur journey as an actor dancer, I had strengths of speaking on stage. I memorized, acting monologues when I was a little girl. I learned how to read and write because of being on stage and being brought to an acting school. And so over the years when I veered into dancing and acting, that was my dream and passion for a really long time. And once I then went through a panic attack at an audition, I then veered into the fitness space based on a decision I had made looking at one of my friends who are influencers back then on social media. I was like, oh, that's how I get famous. That's how I get known. That's how I can, do something different. And it's only been recently that I've started to see that my strengths as a coach, as a speaker, that entertainment little girl inside who knows how to speak on stage, who knows how to get the attention from a room, who knows how to do pauses when speaking, who knows how to be on stage as a performer, This has only just started to come back again. And this is why my business has really expanded and grown, because I've been so in my authentic self and I've been living in my strengths more and more and more. Which comes back down to you guys. Have you made choices based on what you thought would be really good for you and not actually looking at your own talents and your own strengths so that you then make a point of difference when it comes to building a business? Queen, how often have you said, I spent my whole life studying, I've been to school my whole life, and I've actually learned nothing that teaches me the tools and strategies to build a successful business in the outside world. You've probably spent thousands of dollars on courses, or you've heard fake news from business gurus. Well, I'm here to give this incredible news to everyone here right now that this is Queen Stream University. Get out of debt and actually start making money in the online space, knowing and having the foundations to build a successful business. Now, I'm talking because I have gone through the trenches. I have been a fitness coach, built my online business as a pro athlete, and now I am a business coach. You'll go from having absolutely no idea what your business is through, in the 8 weeks, learn the foundations of knowing what your purpose is, your vision and mission, and also understanding your business values with the execution to know what that business is. You'll also learn branding, social media, content strategy, marketing, and more importantly, how to sell. With Queenstream University, it'll cut out the bullshit and remove all the fluff and get you working specifically on your business so you can execute this in 8 weeks to get ready to launch. I wanted you to have something where you get to access something straight away, where you get to fast track your growth, as well as remove any doubt, any overwhelming sensation or stress, or the question that everyone seems to ask, where do I begin? With Queenstream University, you'll be able to build wealth, freedom, and at the end of the day, be an entrepreneur and be able to say, I have finally built my own thing, my own business. And I've stopped making money for someone else, and I'm now making money for my own empire. Queenstream University. I didn't realize this, but not many people know how to speak on stage. Not many coaches know how to present, how to do podcasts, how to network. And that was another big golden nugget for me when I went to America, when I was actually speaking to Dr. Bruce, and he said something really beautiful. He was like, your energy is incredible. And a lot of people may find that intimidating, but that is a strength of yours. And they are needing to then see that as something that's amazing. And you need to not downplay that whenever you are in a room, because it's true. I walk into a room and I'm high in energy, and I love connecting with people. I love making people feel good and loved and finding out about their stories, asking the right questions. And it was Dr. Bruce who said to me, you're not erratic. You're not too much. Because I used to say whenever I met people, interviewing them in podcasts, that I had to apologize for my energy, for my way of being. And he said to me, that is a strength of yours. Your energy is not erratic. You are making yourself feel like that so you can come down to people's levels or the person you're opposite with. And that really hit me, which made me reflect on every choice I've made up until recently when it has come to making a choice moving towards my desires, the outcomes that I believe are going to be good for myself because of my talents, my passion, and my purpose and my mission. Or has it been based off people that I follow, that I aspire to be like, and thought, well, that is cool, I better do that. And I want you guys now to reflect on the choices you have made when it comes to looking at your strengths, your mission. Are you doing something based on what you think is what you should be doing? Or is it because you know this is what you're truly here for? It's been why I started, building my podcast even more and the event space, because it is a strength of mine and I know how to hold the room and I know how to go on stage even when I have a bit of fear and nervousness, which is so normal. But I love to hold a mic and just talk about what I'm passionate about. And more, the things I get to speak about, branding, content, finding your voice, social media presence, how to sell without the ick, more and more, this becomes a second nature to me that I don't even know what I'm saying half the time, but it makes sense because I'm so in tune. I'm so in my authentic self that nothing stands in my way. And I really want to bring this forward because right now, maybe you guys are downplaying yourself. Maybe you are fitting into the mold based on what you think will be good for you, based on what other people are doing. But if you can reflect back to when you were a child and when you were younger and you think about the things you loved to do, what were they? I loved to dance. I was more of an actor though, and my partner tells me this all the time, a bit of a drama queen. I am a storyteller. That's thanks to my mum. She's probably a little bit more dramatic when it comes to stories and does lie. But I have found more and more these little golden nuggets of what I truly am as a person, who I need to be, and finding my strengths and finding my voice is becoming more and more apparent, which means I'm showing up online more and more like myself because I'm living in my mission and purpose. And I'm calling in on my strengths: network, speaking on stage, brand, content, marketing, selling, and just owning that I am a creative, hyperactive, full of energy person. And I'm never going to downplay that again. I'm never going to minimize my talents and my strengths just so that I can make other people feel comfortable within themselves, so that I make them feel secure. And it was thanks to Dr. Bruce who brought this forward in that moment where I was actually apologizing for my energy, for how I was, for how other people made them feel. And really, that is me being a disservice to myself and what I'm here to be and do and speak of. And I want you guys now to think, are you living in your mission? Are you actually amplifying your strengths? Maybe as a kid, you were really creative too. Maybe you were also someone that loved to be on stage. Maybe you had that creative nature in your performance, and maybe you've stopped that creative nature and you haven't utilized those strengths in your business. Maybe you are as crazy and weird and wacky like me, and maybe you've downplayed it. Maybe you've decided, well, society doesn't want me to be this way, so I better hide and pretend and do things what I think other people want me to do. Maybe I wasn't meant to be a fitness coach. Maybe I wasn't meant to be a WBFF pro, because while that brought me on stage and I walked and I got to work on my physique, my true talent was this: how I spoke, how I shared stories, how I supported people's beliefs and helped them believe in themselves. And maybe I had to go through that to be here right now to share this with you guys. And that is okay. Sometimes we go through things in life for us to learn to heal other parts that we were not willing to see, which I feel like was a massive learning point when I was in the fitness space. And I'm really grateful that the universe brought me through all those hurdles and challenges. Hey, beautiful kings and queens, are you right now in a space where you're ready to take action and build your business, yet you struggle where to begin? You're feeling stuck and overwhelmed with all the things you need to do when it comes to building a business. Build the business of your dreams in the online space and be in the arena of all the incredible, great humans out there that are building 7 to 8 figure businesses. Now, the foundations that I truly believe in that you are going to learn through this membership is sales, marketing, content creation, social media, money mindset, and of course, branding. Now, all of this will be accessible for you to be learning what is currently hot right now in the market and how you can create your own business and build a successful business in the online space. All you have to do right now is DM Empire in my Instagram or email myself and my team, and we will get the ball rolling so you can have your empire and start making moves in the online space. And it was recently that I heard that the entrepreneur journey is a marathon. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And I want you guys to know why we have created these beautiful shirts that we have launched. Always play big. And I will say this from the bottom of my heart: it isn't just about being an ego, overly confident person that wants to be seen in this facade space. The always play big mentality is also to support people who have lost their voice, who have downplayed themselves, who have had people tell them they can't do this, or they should do this, or maybe you need to slow down, or maybe you need to choose a better job, or maybe you need to do something that's more suitable and secure. Or maybe you've been bullied, or maybe you've gone through hardships. And the only way you were able to work through those hardships and to move forward was to play big in a place of, I am here to be strong and I know I'm going to get through this. So this shirt is more than just an armor and an anchor. It is a reminder of why you get to play big in a world where society makes you think and feel like you are beneath everyone, that your energy may be too much for someone. And I'm here to say it is enough for everyone. And if no one or someone or so many other people do not like who you are not for everyone. And as a business owner and as an entrepreneur, you are not going to be selling to everyone. But you will find that community who will celebrate your bigness, celebrate your energy, celebrate your weirdness. And that is how we build an authentic brand, because of unique self. Now, this has been a short episode, but I just want you guys to know that this is a moment now for you to reflect on where you have played small, where you have allowed, your voice and other parts of your strengths to be minimized to make other people happy, to make other people feel safer and bigger. And this is now your opportunity to allow yourself to step into the version of yourself. You don't have to be loud. Maybe your quirkiness is you're shy, but you have this way of connecting with people because you're more nurturing and loving. Find that person and be that person, and let that shirt be your way of anchoring in that belief and certainty that you get to show up in the world as you, no one else but you. And this is also a pre-sale for you guys. If you want to buy your shirt, the link is in the description box. I am so grateful to share this short yet intimate episode, and I hope you've all enjoyed it. I'll see you all next week. Bye for now.